2014 was an interesting year whenever it came to movies. There's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Lego Movie, Big Hero 6, 22 Jump Street, and the best one of all, Zombeaver. The movie starts off with two guys hitting a deer with their truck, and then some ooze going into the beaver dam.
Hey man, you see that deer up there?
Yeah, I see.
I don't think you do.
Okay, I admit that. I didn't see the deer.
They ignore the ooze, but they care about the deer because, you know, animal rights.
He's not gonna make it.
Ah, they carry disease. All right, here we go. Up and over.
After that, three girls are introduced: Jen, Sam, and Zoe. Jen is having some boy problems and is crying in the men's bathroom. After that, they introduce the setting of the movie: some cabin in the woods to get away from the guys.
No texting and no boys for the entire weekend.
Wow, that sounds so awesome.
Shut up, Zoe.
The girls end up screaming about there being no service and decide to go for a swim in the lake. Zoe, being weird, decides to go topless in the lake. I'm not showing that part for obvious reasons. After swimming around in the lake, they come across this really weird guy. He's important later. And he then tells them to cover up. They then decide to play Would You Rather and Truth or Dare, and they hear some noises. The girls get scared and go outside. They open the door and their boyfriends show up, all spooky-like. Zoe does the naughty with her boyfriend, and Jen goes to take a shower. Then a beaver shows up, and Jen's all like, "Oh, it's rabid!" The funny thing is, the beavers look like puppets. Kind of like that Pennsylvania lottery beaver.
Keep on scratching.
They kill the one beaver and go to sleep. The next morning, they go to the lake, and Jen, being a coward, stays on the beach while everyone else swims. Then the beavers attack and bite Zoe's boyfriend's foot off. To escape the beavers, instead of throwing the detached foot, the guy decides to throw Zoe's dogs off, and it dies.
Surf's up!
They then go back to the main cabin and fight a ton of beavers. Zoe, Footless Pete, and Varsity Football Man go to get Footless Pete to a hospital. Varsity Football Man gets crushed by a tree and is dead. Shocker. Weird Hunter Guy finds the beaver and shoots him. Zoe, Footless Pete, and Weird Hunter Guy go back to the cabin and just go to the neighbor's place. They just kind of vibe around for a while, waiting for it all to end. Back to Jen, Sam, and the other guy. They discover that beavers like tunnels. Later that night, Jen goes into Sam's room and makes it seem that Jen wants to love on some Sam. But no. Jen becomes a Zombeaver girl! While this is all happening, Footless Pete becomes Zombeaver boy and bites Wild Hunter Man to probably become a Zombeaver man. Zombeaver boy then chases Zoe up some stairs. Back to Zombeaver girl Jen, Sam, and the guy. Zombeaver girl decides to throw it back behind a door. And then the old lady becomes Zombeaver lady. Zoe escapes by jumping out a window and looks unconscious. Uh-oh, this could be bad. But then Jen continues to throw it back while Sam and Guy beat some beavers with a wooden bat. I repeat, wooden bat! Almost like beavers are known to demolish wood! Sam then gets the lady boner and tells Guy to take off his shirt. And then everything else. Guy tells Sam to do the same. And then Sam and her boyfriend do the dirty, while being attacked by stupid zombie. Okay. Zombeaver girl decides to bust through a wall and bite Guy in the doodle while Sam tries to escape a burning house. Cause you know, the fire started. Zoe crashes through the wall to get Sam and they drive off. Wild Hunter Man is now Zombeaver Man. And he still knows how to use a gun for some reason, and he decides to shoot at Zoe and Sam. He misses, but the two girls crash into a tree. Apparently, the beavers infected the other people and that one bear we thought was killed earlier in the movie. So now, say it with me now, There's a Zombeaver, Zombeaver boy, Zombeaver girl, Zombeaver man, Zombeaver lady, Zombeaver mob, and now Zombeaver bear. While trying to escape, that one old guy and the beaver try and bite down the tree. They miss and they look at each other like, what? The girls then get to where Varsity Football Man died and is now Varsity Football Zombeaver. And then Sam points a gun towards Zoe. They have this moral dilemma. But then Sam turns into a damn beaver! And then Zoe gets all depresso espresso and hacks Zombeaver Sam to death with a hatchet. Zoe then walks down the road for a bit. And remember how in the beginning of the movie, those two guys hit a deer? Well, shocker, those same two guys just run over Zoe. And the entire movie could have just been prevented if that one guy wasn't on his phone texting when he should have been driving. And you know how most movies have a moral of the story? Well, I guess this one's moral of the story is to not text and drive, cause it's so stupid! Zombeavers is a movie released in 2014, directed by Jordan Rubin, and everyone I talk to seems to adore this movie. It's a common masterpiece of today's decade. And you know what? I'm sure everybody would love to see a Zombeavers 2. Okay, where do I start? I know. 1. This video took way too long to make just for a stupid 6-minute and 19-second video about stupid Zombeavers of all things. I originally, got this idea back in, February. And I was like, okay, so I'll make a script and everything. And then I did. Did I make a video? Not until mid-July. And I recognized after editing and everything that, Pennsylvania lottery beaver joke. Yeah, turns out after editing it and all of it, it's apparently a groundhog. Gus, the Pennsylvania lottery groundhog. And I completely messed up on that, and that bothers me very much. But I still hope that it was an entertaining video, and thank you all for coming by to watch.